In today's lesson, you're going to learn some British body language that you can include in your English conversations, and they'll really add to your communication skills. You'll be easier to understand, and you'll understand what others mean when they do these gestures towards you. But first, a warning. At the end of this video, I'm going to include some common, everyday, very rude gestures that you see all across the UK. Hi, I'm Steve. Let's do this. Let's start with yes. I'm sure you know that moving your head up and down means yes. It's the same in most languages. But to add this gesture when you say the word yes, only use half of the motion. So it's not yes, it's yes. Can you see my head goes up and then returns back? It doesn't go all the way down. So it's just yes, yes. You try. Yes. Answer this question with the word yes and that gesture. Have you clicked the like button? Yes. Now we've done yes, let's take a look at the word no. And I know that you know this. Shaking from side to side means no. It's probably the same in your own language. But we reduce this motion by half when we want to add it to the word no. So we don't say no, we say no. Doesn't matter which side you use, no. Use no with that gesture, remember, just a little movement to one side or the other to answer this question. Am I the world's greatest singer? No. If someone asks you something and you don't know the answer, there are lots of expressions you can use. Check out this lesson on the site if you want to know more. But for now, we're going to use this one. I haven't got the foggiest. To make this expression stronger by using body language, just lift your shoulders up and down once. I haven't got the foggiest. To make that even stronger, take your hands and turn them towards the sky at the same time, like this. I haven't got the foggiest. You try. I haven't got the foggiest.
How far away is the moon?
I haven't got the foggiest. Now let's check out 3 body language gestures that involve the nose. If someone asks you something and you think they shouldn't know, it might be a secret, you could use a phrase like, never you mind. And to make that stronger, we add this gesture. Lift your finger up in the air, put it against the side of your nose, and tap it 3 times. Like this. Never you mind.
Why were you late?
Never you mind. Now it's your turn to answer. Use the same nose tapping gesture to answer this question. How much money have you got? Never you mind. The next nose gesture is very similar, but this time we're going to tap right on the end of the nose, like this. And this tells someone that they shouldn't even be asking that sort of question. They should mind their own business. We call people who ask questions like this nosy. So we could use a phrase like, don't be nosy. To make that stronger, we tap the end of our nose, like this. Don't be nosy. Your turn. Use the same phrase and the same gesture to answer this question. Why did you go to the doctor yesterday? Don't be nosy. Our next nose gesture is based on the story Pinocchio. That's about a little boy who every time he told a lie, his nose grew bigger. And we do this gesture by pretending to pull our nose and make it big, like this. We can make the gesture stronger by making this sound. Whoop, You try, it's fun. Whoop. It's your turn. Use that to answer this. I am the world's greatest singer. Whoop. Now let's go from the nose a little lower to our chin. And by stroking it like this, it tells the person you're talking to that you're thinking. Especially if you use the English thinking sound, which is like this.
Do you want to go out?
Yes. Did you notice I added the yes gesture as well there? Now it's your turn. Answer this question no. Include the thinking gesture and the no gesture. Remember the little half turn, either this way or that way. No. No. Did you finish your work? No. Now we have a really modern English body language gesture, and it's called air quotes. To make this gesture, hold up 2 fingers from each hand and make this movement. It looks like little bunny ears. And it's supposed to look like quotation marks. This gesture is always used with speech, and it means that the words you're using aren't genuine. You don't really mean what you're saying. In fact, it's usually the opposite of what you mean. For example, he is a genius. Next, we're going to look at pointing. And pointing is fine if you're doing it towards yourself or at a thing. However, if you do it towards a person, it can seem impolite or even rude. So to make it seem more polite, simply uncurl your fingers. So instead of being tight like this, just open them up slightly. And that way, it doesn't seem as impolite. So I could say me, can you see it's a proper point? And you, can you see I've opened my fingers up? Me and you. You try it. Point at yourself, me, proper point, fingers tight, and you, slightly open. Me and you. If you've done something really good and you want to boast in a funny, joking sort of way, you can do this gesture. Hold your fingers like this so that your nails are showing and blow on them twice. And then rub your nails here on your chest. So it looks like this. You can use this to make an expression like, didn't I do well, even stronger. Didn't I do well? But remember, it's done in a joking sort of way. The next 2 gestures have completely different meanings, so be careful you get them right. The first is tapping here on the side of your head. This area is called the temple. And what this gesture means is, what you've heard you think is crazy, or you think a person is crazy. The other gesture is very similar, but you take your finger and change the angle. So the crazy one was like this. This one, the finger is straight up and down, and you tap here, just above your eye. And this means you want someone to remember something. So you could use it like this.
Why didn't you tell me?
I told you yesterday. Now, while we're round the top of our head, let's do our next gesture, which is this. To make this gesture, put all your fingers together and go like this above your head. To make it stronger, you can make this sound. Whoosh. This is used when someone has said something that you don't understand. It might be a joke. A man walked into a bar and he got knocked out. It was an iron bar. Whoosh. Or it might be some technical, complicated speech that you just don't understand.
Rewire your motherboard to upgrade your RAM.
Whoosh. Now some quick gestures that are common in a lot of countries. This means money. This means call me. This means would you like a drink? This is asking for the bill. Now for the impolite and rude ones. Please again be very, very careful how you use these. First we have this, which is called giving someone the middle finger. To make this hand shape, notice the middle finger is straight up and the other fingers are tucked tightly away. It's always shown towards the person it's aimed at, with the back of the finger towards them, and the movement comes from the elbow. So it's like this, usually just once. It means the person it's aimed at has annoyed you and you want them to go away. Now this started in the USA, but now is common across the United Kingdom. The British equivalent uses two fingers. Again, the backs of the fingers are towards the person that it's aimed at, and they make a V shape. The movement is slightly different than the middle finger, which was just one. When you do the British version, the V shape, we do this sort of movement. It's smaller, but there's more repetition. Again, it means the person has annoyed you and you want them to go away, and it's often accompanied by the phrase, fuck off. Our next gesture is this, and it's telling the person you're talking to you don't have a very high opinion of them. To make this gesture, open your hand slightly, like this, so your fingers are curled, and do this movement. It doesn't matter if the movement is this way or this way, the meaning is the same. Can I say again, all of these last three gestures are extremely rude. You often see them being used towards bad drivers on the road, that type of thing, so be very careful how you use them. For another great lesson to help you speak English fluently, click on this link. I'll see you next time.